You can get a wolf mount in Reda's shop right now for 1 week only, and some other items have appeared as well, things you might have missed, but also that lion mount we talked about in my previous video is out right now with that new Knight of the Round Table gear and a really cool sword. So really a ton to go over in this video. A like would of course really help me out. And let's go. Congrats to Ben Sinclair for winning the giveaway number 21 for 2,300 Helix credits. I will send you an email and already started a brand new one, which you can of course enter via the link in the pinned comment. And as always, these giveaways are only for subscribers of this channel. This one will also last 1 week, so good luck. So yeah, then you have a chance to win that new Knight of the Round Table armor set. But before I go more in depth on that new set and the weapon, you will, by the way, be able to see the timestamps in the video bar, so you can skip ahead if you want. Although, I don't think you want to miss what Reda is selling this week. In the daily selection, we got a gothic tattoo. That is, of course, not that interesting. The Black Raven sail is not bad for 35 opal. But yeah, also not really worth it. And the Muspelheim settlement item, it's pretty nice though. It looks pretty painful, I think I said that before. But yeah, I did buy it for 35 opal. Now, more exciting is the Valkyrie helmet that we already saw at Reda a couple of times. And overall, I want to show this helmet while wearing a hood because I really like the mask. But I don't like the helmet itself, it doesn't fit really well on a lot of other gear. But yeah, it's sadly only one way or the other, so if you want to have the mask show up, you will also see the helm all the time when in combat. The Batman Spear is one of the most unique looking spears, of course, in the game. I actually made a video on this before when it was in the daily selection. But if you missed out, then you now got another chance to buy it for 120 opal. The stats are not good or anything, but it is cool to rock this over any other spear in the game, and maybe rock 2 of them in particular. We got the Thunderbird at Reda for the first time, the Golden Bird skin, which is not really worth it for 150 opal in my opinion. But this does mean that all the Tyrannus spec items are in the rotation right now, especially the helmet, the Thunder gloves, will be really cool to get, and of course that amazing looking axe. And with how Reda is doing these last couple of months, I totally expect these items to show up at one point. Because right now, for the very first time, we got a wolf mount in Reda's shop. It's the one from the Hell's Damnation set, so actually the second one they added to the game. And I think overall this is the least exciting one, but it's still really cool that we finally have a wolf mount to buy with opal. So totally get it for 150 opal, which you can of course get from the new daily and weekly contracts. 2 more weeks before we can hopefully do new daily contracts in Ireland, if the game file leaks were to be believed. Oh, and let's right here all agree that we're doing one more drinking challenge. Because if everyone watching this video does that right now, then we will be able to make the community challenge, which ends on Thursday, for 10 extra opal. So yeah, boot up the game, get the wolf mount, and do a drinking challenge. Only takes you a few minutes, will help everyone out for more opal. And I, by the way, made a big video with tips for the current solo challenges, which you can find in the video description, because yeah, the dummies do not work anymore. And well, as I predicted in my previous video, going over the lion mount for the first time, the moment that the lion mount shows up, a wolf mount has a higher chance of appearing at Reda as well. And here we are with the Knight of the Round Table item pack, which is out right now. It of course also has a brand new dragon skin, a red one. Still, fingers crossed for the Niflheim dragon at Reda at some point. It will likely happen. So now we got a second variant of that. And of course the lion. And we already went over the roar you can do in my previous video. Let's hear it again. I think it sounds great, but the most exciting part is that it's completely different compared to the other mounts in the game. You're way closer to the ground, and also when running, the lion takes these huge steps. So yeah, it totally feels different. It's kind of hard to explain. And totally expect more variants on these lions, of course, in future item packs. Fingers crossed that we get one at Reda at some point. You would think so, right? Now that we see a wolf as well. Although it will likely be a few months from now. And by the way, the next 2 packs coming to the game won't have a lion yet. I will talk about these two gear packs in a future video. Ubisoft is now also putting more effort into the new weapons they are adding. As said before, the shield is not that exciting though. Like, it gives you armor on a block, which is not that good, but maybe nice to get for transmog when it appears at Reda. No, the sword might be my new favorite two-handed sword in the game. Yes, next to the Excalibur. Because where stats are not that impactful, some perks, of course, can change your playstyle. And this weapon has one of those perks. It namely adds a special effect to your left-hand attack, where you, of course, charge towards the enemies. So that also kind of makes it weird to have a shield. Sure, you can use the dual swap. But yeah, you want to use this weapon without a shield, really. So the perk says that fire emanates from the sword when hitting an enemy with a special attack. So when you do this charge attack, you already see this red glow around the weapon. And if you then hit the enemy and let go of the attack, the sword will breathe fire, basically. So then you catch multiple enemies on fire or the single target that is facing you. So now you will be using this left-hand attack way more often for like quick short-range attacks as well. It's really a game changer. You're also kind of looking at the position of the enemy because you know that the enemy behind the current target that is facing you will be hit by this effect as well. And of course, thanks to transmog, you can put the look from other weapons over this sword, and then you have the fire effect with the Excalibur, for example. But I gotta say, the nameless sword looks badass too. And I really dig the look from the armor set as well. We already kind of went over this super unique knight look, of course, in that previous video. Especially the hood with the helm down is pretty awesome in my opinion. And it is pretty strong too. So when doing the special attack, so the left-hand attack for the sword or any weapon really, you get 10 extra attack, which is not that impactful, but that second perk is insane. Receive 50% reduced damage from the next 3 damage instances with a 15-second cooldown. So this triggers when you get hit, then you will see the perk show up. The downside is that they have the same perk icon for the attack bonus and for this damage decrease. So you have to get used to that, but you will notice that this perk is actually building up. So when you get hit for the first time, it looks like this. After a second hit, it looks like this. And then after the third hit, it will count down to 15 seconds. And this basically means that when you see it counting down, you are not protected. Then you take all the damage. But otherwise, the damage is decreased by 50%. So especially nice against this alpha animal, for example. This is the damage with the 50% damage decrease on very hard with a fully upgraded armor, and now the perk is on cooldown, so I take way more damage from the next hit. Yeah, you really notice the difference. Like, this armor is really strong. But yeah, it's sad that you only have this perk active when equipping the full set. So it will be really hard to get that through Reda, unfortunately. And every big pack, of course, also comes with a ton of new cosmetics. And the dragon team continues with this really cool figurehead of 2 dragons fighting each other. Totally worth getting at Reda when it shows up for 35 opal at some point. The rest of the naval stuff is not that cool in my opinion. The shields are just meh, just like the hull. The tail is quite nice though. The statue, we got the dragons on the sail here too, which is kind of cool. That same dragon figurehead is also a settlement decoration, but we see some plants over it. And we also see that for the knight statue, which looks kind of cool. I don't know about this stone pillar though, because yeah, it's just a stone pillar. The thing is though that you can climb on it, which is I think a first for a settlement decoration, but of course totally correct me if I'm wrong in the comments down below. Hey, we see the lion as well as a settlement decoration. Feels like I've seen that before somewhere in the world, but yeah, it totally fits of course with this set. And whoa, this tree is something else. There's a statue through this tree. Damn, this might be my favorite tree so far. So fingers crossed that this will be at Reda at some point. I'm sure it will. And what is going on with these tattoos? They seem to tell some kind of story, like they are pages from a book with a lot of dragons as well. I kind of dig it, and I will, by the way, go over the other upcoming packs very soon. So if you are in the market for one, maybe wait to see what is coming next. Although I think Reda has shown these last couple of months that patience will be rewarded. So these items will show up in his shop at some point. And I will of course keep you up to date here when we know more about that. So totally subscribe to stay up to date on everything Valhalla. We're getting closer to the Druids DLC. I, of course, will be all over it, telling you everything you need to know. A like on this video would really help me out, and totally check out my previous video on more Druids DLC info, which you can watch by clicking on the screen, or I will link to it at the end of our photo mode showcase. You can, of course, send in your shots to the Valhalla Raptor hashtag on Twitter, or via my dedicated pictures channel on the Discord. And you can join the Discord via the link in the pinned comment. When you are there, accept the rules, and then you are able to post. Okay, Joyce, come in. You, of course, select pictures here from the community, and I think you got some funny ones this time, right?
Yes, indeed. Hello, hello. Let's start with a bank over on Discord, where it looks like the enemy tried a new approach to surprise Eivor with an attack from above. He's really going for it. How did he even jump that high? Will he succeed, though? That is the question.
Really, really cool.
He's even like waving with his hands. Next up is Wolfie over on Discord, who created this kind of message from above shot with Eivor standing in front of an impaled enemy with a spear. Love how the light of the sun shines on top of the situation. I mean, I guess Odin is with us.
Whoa, whoa, this is very, very cool. It's like a spotlight in the room. Really awesome. Awesome.
And finally, we've got Jakester over on Twitter. Who caught a very rare shot of a selfie here with Eivor while Eivor is aiming his bow at an enemy. The timing and placement is very well done, I have to admit. It really looks like Eivor took the camera here to create this bonding moment.
Yeah,
really well
selfie from our adventure. Really, really cool. Of course, if you got shots, send them our way, and then maybe you'll be in the next video. Subscribe for more Valhalla content, and totally check out our previous video by clicking on the screen. For now, we will speak to you next time, and goodbye.
Goodbye!